So work and career for Terry. I got called to the calendar first, and then we're going to go in and look at what's going on. Okay. We're looking at work and career, and then we're going to look at the notes. Work and career is not always one and the same thing, and I don't take them to be one and the same thing. There is a work that you do that is totally different than the paid work that we would call career. So just so you know, I'm getting work and career. This feels more career like the paid work, but I'm also getting work as in life purpose coming through to me to read on for you. So we're going to take a look at this right here. We're going to do an arc of 5, and then we'll clarify with the Star Maiden above. That's how we're doing. Okay. Oh, that just really did something weird on my phone. Hang on. There we go. Okay, there we go. Okay. First arc of 5, and this one wants to crowd into the center here. Very interesting. Something about the purpose is something about, again, this is where we have work, and being true to yourself comes through with the Judgment card often. And this is what's coming through. To thine own self be true. There's a second chance to work with more integrity of the soul, more integrity for self. This is something you've done over and over and over. It's your legacy. How do you make your mark and your legacy going on right now? This is also got a little bit of the Judgment energy coming in, like Judgment Justice energy. It feels like advocacy coming in. The Two of Cups, who you partner with to advocate for the little guy or whoever it is that you advocate for. It's important for you at this time. The compassion shown by the King of Cups. This is when times are turbulent, times are difficult. There's a detachment and a knowing how to proceed forward with compassion that's important for you. And the Temperance card, this is all the things you offer as you do your work. Part of what is important to you, part of doing your work that is important, and your purpose is to advocate or see what is unjust and unfair and bring it into balance and harmonize that, alchemize that. The Temperance card is the card of alchemy, of finding the perfect balance, the perfect formula. If a friend of yours were to say, do I go to court over this matter, blah, 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 you would have a really good knowing, a really good instinctive knowing about whether it might be worth it for them or not. You'd be like, yeah, no, you're going to end up losing it. You might be totally right, but that's a stinker of a case. There's not enough strength in that. Your inner knowing and your inner knowledge base is something you should rely on more and more. Definitely. Oh my gosh. The sense of independence you have for yourself and how you keep yourself in check is really huge. This is keeping yourself spiritually guarded. This one usually shows up with a garden wall around her. Then she sends her hawk out to check on things spiritually. She'll check on things, check on what needs assistance. This is also showing that there is rich reward when you keep yourself well tended to. This is a card of luxury and leisure. The Fool here. You know when to take the leap of faith. You know when it's an adventure, and you know mostly to trust the universe. This is huge going on this side. Now let's look on this other side, career. This is more, the other side is more of the earthly realm aspects, the job, the day job, whatever it is. That's what I'm getting over here. So we're going to take a quick look at that and see what's going on. Your purpose isn't your job. Your purpose is more than your job, but your job might cause you to cross paths with people. Like one of my best friends that I've ever had, I am sure I had this stupid pissant job just so she and I would cross paths, because we wouldn't have otherwise. And she and I are close as sisters. I mean, she has been a tremendous help in my life. Huge. I'm sure that our paths were meant to cross. So sometimes our work, repeat here on the King of Cups, brings us to those that we are most meant to help, and it just happens to be along the path in that way. Wow. Wow. Holy smokes. Okay. The work job, there will be a little bit of a juggling of the careers. I'm going to bring these forward, but I'm just going to show you, point out the King of Cups here, the Two of Cups here. You got a Two of Pentacles here. So, okay, bring this over, the work aspect here. We've got the King of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, the fruits of labors, the Nine of Pentacles wanting to come through. This is the same card as this. This is part of the high purpose and part of the thing that's interwoven at the work, and how you set things up on your own terms, how I was talking here, and how you advocate. Yeah, there is something where you need to be in charge of something, and you're good. You're good at delegating. You're good at being the boss of things. And for a little while, this juggles a little bit. You might not be comfortable. Like, You know, sometimes when people go into management and they become separate from whoever is the workers, like if you once you cross over into management, you're kind of exiled in that kind of way. But you have the wiring within you to organize, to delegate, to orchestrate, and to rule. You have it within you to do this. There's a little bit of juggling going on. If you were saying, should I go for this job, for this promotion, and I'm thinking about going into management, but I'm not sure about it, I would say go for it. Go for it. Go for it. You have it wired in you, the skills to balance things like the King of Cups, to know what is important, priority, without being swept up and under the drama. You know how to ride through the waves, big kahuna style, like majorly. You know how to do it to a huge degree. So this is what's coming in. Now this Two of Pentacles, it's going to take a little bit of juggling right now. It's going to take a little bit of the core strength to do this. These are all good cards, but as far as job goes, you need to be in charge of your own. The Emperor protects and provides for the realms and set things up on their own terms. They aren't just meant to follow like a sheep. So whatever it is in your job and career that is asking you to take more of a leadership role, you damn well need to be honoring it in a huge way. And this is the same deck again, same deck, second deck. You can see that I do the edges things, but same deck, second deck again. What do we got going on for you here? This is the fruits of the labor, something you've done, something you've put time and effort and energy into, and the reward is coming. The Harvester's card is coming in strong. What's that about? New opportunity. New opportunity. You are very much learning the energy of getting very grounded, being main character in your own life. This is Page of Pentacles energy coming in. This is playing main character. This is being Batman, not Robin. This is understanding that's what you're called to do. Ace of Cups. This is new opportunity for growth, spiritual growth, and reward and happiness in what this is in your work. What else is coming through on this? There is, my ears are bugging me like crazy right now. Yeah, okay. I got it. Thank you. Took me a minute. It's just like if you go on an airplane and you're feeling the pressure change in the cabin, and you're feeling the pressure and it feels like it's pushing. If you yawn, you feel that. If you drop your jaw and try and yawn, you'll feel that. It's a very much a felt thing that you feel the pressure to change, to grow, and then pop. This is where you are in the career, just before that pop. This is you are ready to take on this leadership role. You're really ready to do things a little bit differently in how you've done them before and not be the role of the player. You're ready to be boss energy coming through. Big boss energy coming in a big way. Yeah, you aren't the peon. You are the Emperor in this. Really ready. Queen of Swords. Cut the shit, this is saying. So this says, cut anything that isn't righteous, anything that isn't fair, anything that isn't just for your soul. If it's just, if it's fair, if it's a righteous cause or a righteous desire of the heart. And I don't mean that in a religious term. I mean that in a true to self, holding your own self to your own higher judgment. To thine own self be true. Cut aside what doesn't serve. Cut aside anything that drains you, anything that takes from your energy and doesn't yield back. That's what's kept you out of balance. This would be, can be, family and friends that are draining or demanding too much of your time, your resources, be it money, be it energy, be it run them here or there, all of this. Cut the shit. Know what it is that you are about. Know your purpose is to lead and to set up a thing that actually works and serves the greater good. But you have to do it from a way where you are protected, like this one in the garden. You occasionally check on things. Don't let yourself be drained. I am getting that there is something that is around you, someone that is around you that has a little bit of the vampire tendencies. It doesn't like they're full on draining you all the time. It feels like they behave like a vampire because they've been a little bit coddled, a little bit spoiled, a little bit catered to and around. And the time for that is over. This is the time for you to understand. So if somebody needs to handle some of their own shit, their own damn selves, you need to let them handle it their own damn selves. And this one gets the bum rap as the bitch, but she communicates what is the truth. And this will provide emotional growth and transformation for both of you on this. So just no is a word. It's a full sentence. It's what it is. So that's what's coming through on that. Anything else on that? There's this energy of the crimson coming in. It's not just the red of the sacral, but the crimson. And you've been in this space where the red has had chance to oxidize a little bit too long. So the fear of security or lack of security has been a little bit there too long. It's time to move up to the orange section of the chakras. When we think about moving from red to orange, you've been oxidizing in this survival mode, fear mode, root mode a little too long. And now you're going into the orange chakra where it's creating, co-creating, doing things really, really well, moving on to bigger things, but it's where things get juicy. That's complete. That's what I've got for you. You are so welcome, honey. So, so welcome. Yeah, and this is the Calendra Tarot, this one. And then the other one is the Star Maiden Tarot. Both of them gorgeous, gorgeous. Different kinds of art, but gorgeous art. So that's what I've got there. All right. Let me put these ones away. I think I might need another tray. We'll see. We'll see if I can make this work for a little bit more. And we'll see what's going on. Okay, 1 second. Put this back here. I think I can fit all these cards back in here somehow. And if not, I'll figure it out anyway, eventually. Just what you get when you have too damn many cards. Wait a minute. That's impossible, right? You can never have too damn many cards. All right. There's a side of company that pays more money and is respected more. Okay, hang on. You just moved to a different department, but taking team with me, and you just got the TJB stay together. You just got to stay together. You get to stay together. This side of the company pays more money and is respected. Yeah, don't give up the leadership role that you are getting the opportunity to have right now. Don't abdicate. Delegate when you can delegate to somebody that is reliable, not to the flaky people. And yeah, this is really, really good for you. I love that. That's great. That's fantastic. Okay. All right, I'm going to get a little water and then we'll see what's going on. And it looks like April for a past life reading. Okay, April. Give me just a second. There's certain cards that I bring forward as past life readings, and I'll bring forth oracle cards and tarot. Heather is for a mini and then April. Is that right? Okay, April. I'll bring forth yours in a minute. I'm going to pull this for just a moment right here because this deck wants to come forward for April, so we're going to set it up there. It's Luna Somna. Heather for a mini. Okay. If Kim says that, we're going to honor what Kim says. She usually knows what's going on in the chat a little bit better than I do, so we'll check that, and then we'll do April's. So we'll do Heather's for a mini real quick. Then we'll go into April's in the past life. Heather's for a mini. Okay. All right. Heather, should you focus on lineage healing with business or selling personal development courses? Oh, Heather, what's coming through just right off the jump is the lineage healing. This is lineage healing with business. This is what, yes. Selling personal development courses you could do. It's not going to be where your heart is honored the most. There's nothing wrong with doing both at all. But what I'm getting is the lineage healing is the bigger thing. Because people have the mother wound that goes back over and over and over generations. They have generational trauma and generational healing that needs to be attended to. You've got a chaotic path coming through here. Something crossing there. I'm going to flip these down. The cards I've been throwing right now. These are what's coming through first. Then this is the deck that I pulled from. We'll go to this deck for more clarification. Yeah. This card is called the Deja Vu card. This is something that isn't in other decks, okay? This is not in the other tarot decks. It's in this one, Deja Vu. Yeah, this is something you definitely should be doing. This is like the broken mirror, the broken glass, the portals that have been broken of time. The way time has been fractured because of different woundings needs to be healed, needs to be, yes, the lineage healing is right there in that card. I can't say it any more clear. If you look back through time, through the echoes of time, you would see it not just through mirrors that would set up an eternity effect, but some of them are broken, some of them are fractured, some of them need some healing work done. That's crazy good, crazy good. All right, let's see what's going on here. The Five of Swords. This is when people have defeat and they need to get off the battlefield. This adds insult to injury, and the Empress is here. It is as if that you were the Empress, you were the Queen, you go to survey the battlefield, and you see people still battling it out, and there has been perhaps an agreement for peace or truce made, and you're seeing soldiers that don't need to fall because of this battle. Okay, I'm trying to mind my words carefully, but You're seeing what's going on here. And you're seeing some that would stay and fight and fight and fight when they don't need to any further. The dug inness, the stubbornness that adds the insult to injury, that some people want to carry their baggage because they're right. They've been harmed. They're angry. They're wounded. But it just adds more poison in their soul. You have the ability to see this and to help them understand. You know, when people say, oh, forgiveness isn't for the other person, it's for yourself and it helps you grow. You have the ability to do that. So when she arrives, everything stops on the battlefield. She's that powerful, that big, that strong, that important. When the Empress arrives on the battlefield, even the commanders know that everybody needs to cease. So as soon as you arrive, there is not much time that goes by before the harm gets to cease. There gets to be a pause, a stop. Then we have the Sun and the Traveler coming up beautifully, beautifully. This is the Fool taking the leap of faith to trust it, to trust it. The Empress is trying to teach people to trust again. And the Sun, it illuminates where the cracks in the mirror came from, where the wounds came from. And, you know, sometimes we have to figure out, what do we get from believing something? What do we get from carrying a certain doubt? What's the payoff and the reward for us? And then that's not a friendly question to ask ourselves, but it is worthy of asking. You are somebody that could help somebody ask this question. What's the payoff for thinking you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this? What's the payoff for playing it small? What's the payoff for not getting over something and holding this anger for so long? This is something you can ask people in a way that helps them chart a course in a new direction. There is no reason on earth you shouldn't be doing the lineage work that you talked about. No reason on earth. It is something you are very much called to do. Okay, now in this next one, we have the Three of Wands. You can't do it for them. Once they are aware of the work that they need to do, there's certain aspects of work you can guide, you can help, you can tell, but you can't do it for them. Nobody can do a forgiving thing for someone else. Like if I need to forgive someone and it's like, got me in my grumpy, I need to be able to do that. You can't make somebody else release pain. You can lead them, you can teach them, and you can show them by example. That's what you can do. So this is the Three of Wands here and the Eight of Wands. It helps expedite things for them when you do so. It helps them get their ducks lined in a row. And it might be you've had the same conversation for you. Because of where your heart is, you'll know the difference and know how to differentiate an energetic vampire that doesn't want to change a damn thing from somebody that is ready to change and move forward. And they could have had the same conversation over and over and over, and there's a shift that happens, a shift that changes. And it feels like for you, when you are ready to talk with them, when they are ready to talk with you, that's when they should get your time. The Empress didn't need to be on the battlefield for the whole thing, but she did need to come and let them know, hey, it must halt. This is what's going on with that. So when they are ready, they will be more in line with healing. It feels, the energy feels and suggests that you will be sought out to help assist them with this, to help assist them, to not do it for them, but to help them understand how to navigate and travel that path. It's huge. Then you have the Queen of Cups and Death and Transformation. So gorgeous. I mean, you don't get much more ancestry card than this. I mean, come on. Come on. Really, really. Death and transformation. Now, often I've spoken of caterpillar, butterfly, and how this happens. And this is huge, huge butterfly energy. You're helping caterpillars learn that they are butterfly. They still think they're caterpillars sometimes. Queen of Coins is here. She knows her value, knows her worth, and knows how to be practical. She knows what she has in her stock, in her inventory. She knows what they would need. Yeah, you need to honor that gift. This is huge. Now let's see what else is going on. I want some clarifiers on this. Anything else you need to know for you before you proceed with this work, because you definitely should proceed with the work. The coursework and the teaching is something you can do, but there's bajillion courses and bajillion teachings. This lineage healing is something that is more distinct, and it feels very much more part of your purpose. Now, I don't know why. You trust your higher self above me or anybody else that's slinging cards, but this is what I'm getting, and the energy is quite clear. Oh my God. Okay. Back to the cards. This is what I'm getting. I am getting the Two of Cups. Perfect business partner. Perfect pairing. You and the perfect pairing is about the deja vu. Is about the lineage. I mean, look at this. Look at this. This card is only in this deck. I have two of these decks. I have a third one on the way. But this card is only in this deck, and it comes up and it repeats itself as if to remind you twice what you're supposed to be doing. And the King of Cups. This is the compassionate king. It's not the drama mama. It doesn't stay forever reflecting or stay in huge amounts of drama. What it does is there's ups, down, up, down, up, down, turbulent waters, and there's compassion. There's a little bit of aloofness. It's a king. It's an empress. It's not the commoner, right? This is where your ability to detach from drama, to honor emotion, honor the shit that's gone down, helps somebody from repeating a cycle. Somebody that's stuck in something that feels deja vu, that feels like it's done before. You will understand that very, very clearly, and you'll be able to help them through it. So for you, your own energetic healing, when you have doubts, wounds, and shadow work, as they call it, works where you have beliefs that get in your way, you must do it first and able to help others do that as well. And it may not feel like the biggest deal in the world. It may feel like, well, yeah, I can put that off. No, if you're being called to journal about some shadow energy, do it. If you're being called to observe a certain relationship through a different lens, do it. If you're being called to heal a certain aspect of yourself, do it, because that enables you to have that experience, to draw from, to move forward, to move yourself forward, to move your own soul forward, and to teach when the time arises. Anything else? Ace of Coins. Yeah, it's your gift. Your gift, it's your talent, and it's really clear. And it's time for you to walk through and do that. That's what I've got. Yeah, Heather, you say you've been doing that for 19 years and it really never ends. And you're 100% keep doing it. Yes, keep doing it. And the reason it doesn't end is because we don't quit growing. It's not like we suddenly arrive. No, the universe is always expanding and always doing things. And we're discovering more and more layers and more aspects of ourself all along the way. Can you do it online as well? I think you can. I think you can. Let's look. Yeah, well, I know you can. This has come through too strongly. The deja vu has come through too strongly. Yes. Yes. In my opinion, based on these cards, the answer is straight up yes. Yes. This is something you can do. We have gifts and ways of healing on the quantum, in the field that are moving and shifting subtle energy. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. That's what I've got. That's complete. That's complete. That is gorgeous. What a beautiful, beautiful gift and a beautiful thing for you to honor. And it's a tricky choice and a difficult choice. It's not the easiest work. Not everyone can do this. You can definitely do lineage healing. Absolutely, yes. All right, that's complete. You're welcome, honey. You are so, so welcome. That was gorgeous. Yes, exactly. And you don't have much, like some people have ego in their way or challenges of ego, and you don't have that in your way. It's not like you feel like you need to be woo-woo magic and outdo anybody else. There's no competition. You are sincerely and truly gifted in this aspect, and you do it from a place of a really, really honest, open, high integrity level of the heart. That's what I got. All right, I'm going to get a little bit of water, and then we're going to go to April's past life. Yeah, super exciting. Yeah, it's definitely work you should be doing. And I don't get that you can't do that other coursework, but it feels like your purpose is more in the lineage healing. Okay. For April's past life, I was going to the Samana decks. I usually go to some tarot decks and some of my past life cards. So give me a minute and we will get in there, April. And the Samana deck makes me a little like, and it's not usually one of them that I pull for that, but okay, it is what it is. All right. We're going to pull from here. Hang on. Okay. So we've got the Wanderer's Tarot, the Tarot of the Four Worlds, and the Samana Tarot pulled. And then we've got the past life. So give me a minute and we will be pulling and seeing what's going on for April. These cards really want out. It's here. It's here. Feels like the Citadel is also here. Okay. Feels like I need to get these moved around a little bit. They aren't quite ready. It feels like, well, I just need to shuffle a bit, guys. Sorry for the noise, but that's what needs to happen. What is this? What is this? Wheels, wheels, wheels. What is this? Okay. One more in here, and then we'll pull from here. Wow. There's a certain fullness coming up. The ring comes up, the forest comes up, and the kiss. Okay. There's a commitment going on here. This is coming through almost like the Lover's card. Really, really strong. The ring is coming through, and this is the circle and the wheel that I was feeling. I told you, I told you. And this is the journey. Okay. See what's going through here. Okay. We've got the painter, the courier, and the bartender. This feels like you, but this is illustrated in the masculine form, but it feels like you in the feminine, actually. This is something that you know how to honor, how to take care of people, how to attend to small details. The painter's coming through, and this feels like a cartographer coming through. And then there's a courier. I'm not sure who the courier is just yet. This is the pair. This is the couple. This is the male cartographer, and this is the female, even though it's coming up as bartender. This is what's coming up. This is the kiss coming up. This is something. The courier you guys don't meet until you're on the journey. Very interesting. The courier is over here in the woods in this forest energy card. So it's all in right here. Okay. Anything else? It feels like there's one from the Citadel. The Enchanter. Okay. That's also you, bartender girl. Okay. All right. Put this card here. That is right here. The Enchanter right here. All right. Now we're going to the Samana. Let's see if I can get a sense of what's going on here. Hopefully you can see all these. All of these coming up through here. I don't know if you can, but I think so. All right, hopefully I've adjusted that well enough. And I'm recording this. Let's go. What's going on? This is the couple. This is a strongly connected couple coming in with the kiss as they travel through the forest. There's soul contract, the ring coming in. Wheel of Fortune bringing in, an illumination coming in. And I'm getting something that feels very frontier is the energy that I'm getting. Frontier, and it doesn't feel like when the pioneers came forward. It feels previous to that. So we're probably somewhere around 1600s, 1700s, and it feels like it feels like we're in Canada or America where there's deep woods, thick woods. So this would be North America. I don't know specifically where, but it feels like when I do this, what I'm getting through is it's going from east coast to west. The woods are going east coast to west. So you are traveling west, but it's before the big push in the 1850s. Far before that. Okay, back down to the cards. The Wheel of Fortune, the clock has broken. The time has changed. There is an evolution of time that's changed with this ring. This is showing me married. It's not showing what's leading up to the romance or anything, but this is where you met the cartographer, was in some kind of degree, in some kind of place where you were serving, waitressing, bartending, attending to needs. And this is something you do, and you nurse people along the way, along the trail that is whatever they would have called that back then. You hold the light well. This is something coming through strongly. I'm not going to flip these upside down yet. I want them down here for a minute. This one is the one that feels flipped. Everything shook and changed. Give me a moment. Okay. All right. Got it. What's come through? Everything shook and changed. There was something. This is, you guys, really, this is like crossing from Europe, England, wherever that was, coming over to the Americas. And this is happening in Canada more so than America. It feels like northern, maybe New England, that kind of energy, that kind of territory up in there. But you left something that was on the other side. The husband has the skills of painting. The husband has the skills of mapping. The husband has the skills of drawing things out cartography-wise. You guys made a go of it. You're not in the highest classes. You're upper middle class over in England, but you come over here to the Americas, you're just a normal. I don't know how to put that. You're not poverty stricken, but you're a normal. You've got middle class, maybe a little bit of upper middle class here, but not as close or as toitsy as you were over across the pond. So something upset the apple cart, that something that came to an end, created a trap, created a new thing. The union, the marriage that you have, it's through thick and thin. Definitely through thick and thin. And I told you it came up in the kiss before, comes up here in the painter and in the bartender and in the enchanter. There's something about this union that comes through thick and thin, strong, strong, strong. You guys decided, you took a little step back and a breath back and decided, yeah, you would change your fate, is what the whole point of it was. The whole point of leaving and moving in the direction. I'm getting, and sometimes I get this through, and now you'll have to double check time frames, but this is in the times when there was fur trading going on. It feels like it was just a little previous to that, because I'm getting like heavy furs, winter snows, pine trees in winter snows, and like what do they call those funny raccoon caps, coonskin cap or something like that. Those are all signs of fur trade timestamp for me. That's what's coming through. I don't think you were involved in that. It's only serving as a timestamp for you to pull forward, to look forward. What else is going on? Precarious juggling. Very precarious. Tricky to make this. It's why you went down a station, because it costs so much to go forward, to go towards the Americas. I don't know what they were called. Before it was Canada, and United States. I don't know what they were called back then, or if they were labeled back then. But it took some doing. You as a family, you and your husband had to sell some of the status things in order to make the trip. You knew what was coming. You could see something coming that was going to be difficult for you if you stayed there. And you cared to explore. When you rethought these things, you cared to explore. You cared to explore. You cared to explore. You both have that in you. You want to explore. This is somebody wanting to lead the charge to go forward. Somebody else that you knew that feels like a friend of the husband had gone and done this and came back and said, this is a great thing, and gets you excited to go. This is messages. You get messages for a while when the time is right. Yeah, you gave up some gold to go there. Okay, let's see what's going on. We'll go to the Wanderers next. The Wanderers. The Wanderers is very, very much you and your partner in this. Very much. Okay, tell me what else is going on. What do you do? You still have the skills as far as waiting tables, bartending, knowing ales, knowing about ales, knowing how to serve, knowing how to do things cleverly. You've got the business sense to run a bar on your own in a time when women didn't do this. And he's got the knowledge to paint masterpieces, but he gets hired as a cartographer. The lovers coming up again. The lovers on the move, the lovers that are the wanderers and the travelers coming up again. Yeah, you are literally the couple that goes and makes the map for the people that come and follow behind. The cartographer, it's a couple. He couldn't have done it without you there at all. The partnership and the agreement right there. The world in your hands versus what you need to go and explore on the horizon is always calling you. Always calling you. And there needs to be something, truth, legal papers, and there's a price that is put on these legal papers. People needed maps. They needed to know where to go. This would include that you needed to know the lay of the land, literally. So that's what you guys would do and get. You would know stops and sub-stops, stations. Give me a second. It feels like there's 5 significant stations. Like if people were to build a fort or a temporary, I don't know, saloon or a temporary bar, whatever it was the place that people were drawn to, they would build substations, and you would have an inkling of it before the people that would, like, say somebody wants to build this is an example. It's not the geography. It's not the correct. It's the best analogy I can come up with. Say somebody wants to build a saloon in Deadwood because they know the gold rush is coming through, and they see what the logs that can be chopped, and they build themselves a saloon, right? They have the foresight to do that. Well, you guys would have been there beforehand with the cartography and the maps and seeing the trails and the worn, like the worn outness of the trails. You would know which direction the wind was blowing before the people would even settle there. And then these stations would be set up. There's 5 specific stations. Yes, 5 specific stations. I'm getting the words stations, and that can cover a trading post, an outpost, a saloon, a fort, something like this. This is really primitive, preliminary type of stations. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, the Six of Pentacles. This is a gift given to you. You guys made money doing this. You give people the real information of the terrain, and the gift was given to you. And some of this would go back to higher ups, to the aristocracy, to the powers that be, because you guys were getting the lay of the land. Your husband, the painter, knew so much about the floral, the fauna, the trees, blah, blah, blah. He had a whole encyclopedia of knowledge in what he painted because he noticed the details. As the painter, he knew it so well. He could give a really good description of the terrain going forward. The Magician and the Four of Wands. The Magician comes through. This comes through as you get older. You get older. There has been magic all along the way. You guys really had itchy feet all the time. Itchy feet. And then the Four of Wands. At the 5th station is where you settle. So you make your way. It's why I have trouble getting it from, is it just New England, blah, blah, blah. No, you guys move literally east to west, getting these stations, these maps set up, and you plunk down near the 5th station. What else is going on about the 5th station? You feel a little bit trapped, but you're older, you're tired from all the travel. You miss some of that going on. You miss some of this going on. You still will travel a little bit. You don't travel far. It feels like there's illness. Awakening of the illness. Wait, pneumonia. Who? Your husband has pneumonia. It's a bad case of pneumonia. This is what gets you guys to stop. You guys have seen many storms, traveled a lot through lots of crazy weather, but you're aging and you can't keep up with it as well. Yeah, the body is breaking down. Yeah, you have to prioritize what's important to you. You set up at the 5th station. It's a little bit begrudgingly, but it's where it needs to be. And that is where you find some happiness. Sounds like an amazing adventure. Wells Fargo, stagecoaches, stations, ideas. Oh, perhaps. Because if people were traveling with money and resources, they would need to know where that is. Yeah, that would be worthy of investigation. I'm getting stop at the pneumonia. I've nosed in a little bit further than what I should nose in. But the husband with the pneumonia, this was a love match. It was a love match. The pneumonia was significant. Yeah, it feels like you are widowed. Give me a minute. You don't immediately follow him after. It seems like about 1.5 years later is when you go. And it feels like a really, really strong connection. You guys both understood really, really well. You did the best you could with what was going down at the time for you. You understood what you needed to do. You understood the assignment. He understood it by putting it on maps. You understood it by business acumen and knowledge. You understood the assignment, and you understood each other so well. It was really quite a beautiful relationship. The enchanter came up before, and it is as if you had some kind of magic spell cast on both of you in your own little protective bubble as you went through this. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's what I've got. That feels complete. That's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. This one comes up one more time, and it's saying, come what may, come what may. This is the energy of the couple. Such a bonding, come what may, through thick and thin, regardless, whatever the world would bring, whatever would change. The last 1.5 years of your life after he passed was difficult for you. You weren't quite done. And it's not like it was a tragedy, but it was to make sure things were in order. And I don't know exactly if it's the paperwork that would be in order. Come what may. Yeah, kind of like this. Yes, the Moulin Rouge song is exactly that song. That's yeah, you are one of the come what may couples. Very, very, very interesting. And the courier through the woods, this one is not hugely significant. He's a peripheral person that you would have given maps information and gone back and forth, and then you would have moved forward. So that's what I've got. Holy cow. Crazy, crazy, crazy. You're in another love match, 40-year anniversary this year. Think ancestry in, let me see if I can get this to drop down. Come on. In Canada. You have ancestry in Canada? Come on. Yeah. Well, if you went back probably, I don't know, 6-8 generations, you might see some things that were very, very familiar. So, wow. That just tickles me. Yeah. Wow. 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 You cannot make this shit up. You can't. I feel like I'm the absent-minded professor when I go in. It's like my history is not my strong suit, obviously. But what comes through is what comes through. And it's like I just get out of the way and let it come through. So that's a wow. Thank you. You're so welcome, honey. You are so welcome. I'm going to move this tray out of the way because apparently there's another read. So just give me a second and we'll see what's going on. Kim, if you let me know, it seems like I saw something and I'm not sure if it's going to tell me. It's for Jessica, maybe. So what tarot card is on my shirt? Oh, this is a made-up one from somebody on TikTok, and it's called the IDGAF, because often when Phil's here reading with me, the New York bird flies, and it's like, I saw this and it just cracked me up. You can kind of see right here her hand. I'll stand up so you can see. See right here? Sometimes we take things too serious, and I love that, and the hair thing, and it's like, yeah, I think I need that shirt. And I've told him before that, you know, I'm all out of fucks. My drawer full of fucks completely empty. I have 0 left to give. So yeah, it's that. So yeah, it's just a little bit of fun. All right, let me get another tray for the cards, and then I'll get set up. 1 second. Oh, this will just have to go over here. Okay, new tray for the cards, because there was a lot out. So that means tomorrow I have to clean up the office. You love it. Yeah, it's a fun one, huh? And she has all kinds that look like tarot cards. And like I have one that's the reader. And she has all kinds for different occupations and stuff. Really, really fun. So, yeah. All right. Kim, I see Juki for a full. Is that right? Let me look. Your comments are coming through from what I can see that you pinned, Kim. Blessedly flawed. Are my comments coming through? It looks like that is coming through. Okay. So, Juki for a full. What's best for our 4 kids going back and forth from 2 houses or staying in the family home and you come and go? We come and go. I'm assuming that's the parents. Let's take a look. We're going to go to the Anna K Tarot for this. Anna K Tarot for this. Okay, Juki. What is best for the 4 kids going back and forth from 2 houses or the kids staying and you guys coming and going? That's a really big question. And I have heard of that happening. It's a little bit tricky on that. Let's see what the cards have to say. You always do what's best for you, and your higher self will lead the way on this a lot. So that's what we got. Juki. All right, I'm going to flip this down so you can see what's going on. What I'm getting is the house for the kids, and it's the lovers. Do what's second nature. You put the kids first so the cycle of giving continues, because the Wheel of Fortune and the Fates, whatever has gone on with the lovers in this situation, whatever has gone on with the lovers in this situation, the ups and downs of relationship are there, but the kids being happy is what makes things work right. Queen of Cups knows this. This will be a sacrifice. Knows there needs to be a higher calling and access to the traditional family is staying intact, even though you and your partner may be divorcing or whatever. It feels like the ties that bond, you're going to do it in an unusual way. There is somebody that feels like a little bit more selfish on this end, and then the 9 of Pentacles, very, very abundant on this end. If this is you and this is your partner, if this is you and the kids around, it needs to be the greater sacrifice that comes forward. And it feels like the sharing of the house and the kids is at the house if you can keep that for a while, maybe not both of you living there. I don't know if, I don't know what that would look like, honestly, but it feels like having house A and house B back and forth doesn't work as well as having the kids having the house be central to them. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky. It's not as easy as it is. It's a little bit something that needs to be navigated with a lot of thought. This is the card of protect and provide for the realm in the traditional sense. This is going to the wise advice. The tradition and the stability that you want to keep intact for them is huge right now. The kids are looking at how you handle and conduct yourselves. It's important. Comportment. How you conduct yourself. Comportment. That's what's coming through strongly. It's noticed. It's observed. It's important. One of you is going to feel slightly more trapped by this. Don't feel trapped by this. There is doubts. Can you pull it off? Can you pull it off? Even if you can pull it off for a short span of time, there is something that it makes a difference. And it shows contrast in a good way to what needs to happen. Yeah, for the time being, it feels like the kids need to have the main house and you and the partner need to rotate for the good of the kids. It's not meant to put you in the poorhouse. It feels like one of you needs to be out in the cold. If you have two houses, the kids feel like they're out in the cold. It feels like whoever is not at the house feels like they might be left out. And maybe the house is the basement and somebody takes over the basement, somebody takes over the top. I don't know. In a lot of cases, that wouldn't work. In some cases, you might have two different locations that parent A, parent B are at, and the kids are in the third. That's crazy for some folks. For other folks, it works perfect. His energy is hurting you, and he refused to leave when it's your week. Yeah, I don't know the legals on that. I don't know what you get it to do. It might be that even if it is your week, you do things sparsely, and your presence is at the house, and your presence is there, but it doesn't mean you have to engage with him, even if he's trying to be vindictive or pissy or whatever. It doesn't mean that that has to be the case. When it's your week, then it's your week. Six of Pentacles. There is a gift in this, and it feels like he's doling out things. And when you shift this power dynamic on its head, so you're not just begging for the crumbs. When you're like, fine, you know what? Cool. This is you create your own plans. He doesn't have control of your time. You're renting a small place so he can parent on his week. Yeah. If that's what's going to keep things sane and working for the whole, for the collective, then that's what you need to do. And this is what's coming through. You know your situation better than I, but don't measure it dollar for dollar right now. Measure what it is that's key important for you and your kids to experience based on what you think, based on how you want it to be. What keeps stability for the kids is hugely important to you. And don't try and measure it out dollar for dollar, because he'll play games with you all day long on that one. That's what it feels like. It feels like, where did they go? Here they were. Feels like you are the one that's independent and sitting pretty, and he's still acting like a child and kind of greedy and kind of not wanting to give up terrain. When he realizes he can't play that game on you anymore, the dynamic shifts. Anything else on this? The Temperance Angel is trying to come through. It's going to be a while of doing this. It doesn't have to take forever, and it's not going to be as frustrating with the passage of time. It will get a little bit easier. It's not real comforting right now, but that's what's coming through. It's a temperance. It's a balancing. It's a balancing. It's a balancing. Right now, you feel like you're getting the crumbs. You're getting the crumbs. You're getting the crumbs. You're not getting the crumbs. You're doing something for a higher good, higher reason. Do you need to force him to get out during your week, or can you protect yourself better? You need to be smarter. It's not so much that you need to force anything. You just need to outsmart the fucker. If you have the kids and you're doing things with them for your week and he's not going to go anywhere, then you don't have to be in conflict or be in argument to still maneuver. You need to maneuver, step carefully, cross from point A to point B. So step wisely, step carefully. Make your intention of what you want to do with the kids known to the kids. Make your intention known to yourself what you want to do. So that's what's going on. Yeah, isn't that always the way? Outsmart them. Based on your history of this person, you know what he's likely to do, how he's going to get selfish, what ways he'll get petty, what ways he'll operate. Operate smarter. Outsmart the fucker. Make him feel like he's getting a choice when he's not. You know when you tell your little kids when they're little and they don't want to get dressed, they don't want to get dressed, and you're like, well, do you want the red shirt or the blue shirt? Then they're like, feel like they have a power. They feel like they have a choice. Yeah. Do you want the red shirt or the blue shirt? And you don't care. You don't care which option. So yeah. Juki, so I will rent a suite closer to family home. That might be wise, because where you go as the independent woman, you get your peace and your quiet there. You do your mothering time with the kids, whatever. And it might be that they're over at the main house and you get time and you do things, and maybe you do spend the day or something largely at your place and then go back. Who knows? With the kids intact, you'll know. The peace is what he can't take from you. Once you decide that it is yours, it is yours. And he will try and he'll push buttons and he will try to play petty games. Outsmart him, outthink him. Don't make it a battle. Give him less and less to argue. The words and are very, very golden words. Doesn't mean you're agreeing with shit, but the energy is very manipulative. Yeah. How can I put this in a gentle way? You need to figure out how to out-manipulate that fucker. You need to figure out how to outmaneuver him. It's not that you have to be manipulative all the time, but you don't need to leave yourself unguarded. If it's freezing cold snow outside and the kid needs to get dressed, and you make the kid feel like they have a choice between the red shirt and the blue shirt, and they get dressed and get out the door, instead of going outside and refusing to get dressed. Guard your energy. Be smarter about the choices that you're offering and the choices that you're making. That's what I'm getting. Yeah. Blessedly saying document absolutely everything all the time. And all the times he doesn't leave. Yeah. Document like a motherfucker. And if you haven't done any research on narcissism and you think that what I suspect is he may be narcissistic and this is what you're up against, document. Because sometimes it takes a little bit for the courts or the guardians ad litem to see through this shit. But eventually they do see through it. But that's what I've got for you. It feels like keep the kids as the priority right now. Keep your independence, because that's where you keep your sanity. And just think, okay, this is my strategy. I'm going to outmaneuver. And one of the things that with narcissists and exes, and when you get the combination together, one of the things that is the best play you can do, the whole gray rock, get vanilla, get very agreeable. It doesn't mean they get their way. It just means they aren't getting to push the hot buttons with you and get the argument or get the energy that they desire to get. So they'll have to figure it out in a different way. All right, a little bit of water. And then Alicia for a full. Okay. Yeah, and I'm not sure why the comments are filtering or going kind of wonky today. I don't know what's with that. But Alicia's for the full is what's next. So I'm not seeing any new notifications with a question. I'm happy to do that, but I'm not seeing the question there. So if you want to tell me the question or put the question here, then we'll do that for Alicia for the full. At this rate, you have no doubt. Yeah, Kim is probably not doing anything that she doesn't do on any other day, but maybe the algorithm, the filters, the TikTok gods are doing things differently. I don't know. They might have other hot words that, you know, aren't there. So, all right, let's see what we can do. Oh. Okay. So, Kim, can you let me know? Blessedly saying Alicia was just here. So, do I have another read that I need to do? Or we've got it covered? Okay, what do I need to know about a convo about his son's behavior, making changes in them for the good of the entire blended family for Alicia? Okay. All right. For Alicia's blended family, what does she need to know about the conversations with the sons for the good of the entire blended family? What immediately comes through is they need to know that you are on their side. There is something that, not working against the systems, knowing that you are part of their team, on their side. That energy needs to be construed before the conversation. For Alicia. With about his son. Okay. Okay. There is a balancing happening in this energy here. Asking some of the deeper questions to the sons is actually not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. Okay. I'm going to flip this down so you can see the cards. Flipping this down. What I'm getting, and this is coming through kind of in a little bit of a shorthand way, but what I'm getting is giving out wisdom and information right here is a gift to them. Asking the legacy, how do they want to leave their mark? Asking the more profound questions and not shortchanging their understanding of what it is. It will take them off guard. It will help them put their guard down. There's been enough contention. Ask them what they want to do with their life to succeed in their life. Ask them what they want to achieve. And it comes from a place of the Empress. It comes from a place not of control and not of mother may I, but and not mother knows best. Don't go to that. No, it's this one that wants everything to go well for everyone. It comes from a very abundant space, realizing that they have their own lessons to learn and that they're growing. It allows you to step back to a retreat space. It allows them more options, more choices, and they see that the adventure is there. They see something beckoning them, calling for them to go forward. Again, they see that you want to help them create what might be their dreams on the deep level. You have to go below the surface of the bullshit with these ones. And then teamwork. Again, this team energy coming through so strongly. This is what leads to their happiness. What do they want to see accomplished during springtime? What do they want to leave behind? These kinds of things. These sons are getting asked questions, and the questions and the answers, you don't have the answers for them on this particular thing. This is, you ask, what does the son want, and go forward from there. In the big picture, it's real easy for us all to get our undies in a bunch in the short term. And this is where you can help them navigate and be patient by putting their order in. This is the one I call the Santa Fe burger. If they don't know they want a Santa Fe burger, they're going to just be cranky, hungry motherfuckers that are always arguing, always arguing, always arguing. If they know and can identify what they want, and they know you're on the team to help them get what they want in the bigger way, in the deeper way, that surprises me. But that's what's coming through. We all, as human beings, we just want what we want, and sometimes we don't know what that is. And if somebody says, hey, let me help you get what it is you want. Is this what you really want? Is you want to go for this? Let's see what we can do to make this work for you. This is an interesting approach. It feels like this approach disarms them, helps them retreat and reclaim something, helps them move through something that is causing contention and a little bit of grief. When you're saying, what is the gift that you want to honor? What is this that you want to pull forward? This is something huge. And it feels like as simple as letting them know that they have choices, as simple as letting them know that they can dream things and they can choose things. Very, very interesting. But that's what's coming through. Let them know if they want to do blah, 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 whether it's a kid in first grade, a 10th grader, a college kid, whatever it is. We all want to feel like we have control of our situation. His son wants special treatment from the other kids instead of being equal. Maybe that's what he needs. It's not going to go over big with the other kids. Maybe he can't see that. But life isn't always fucking fair. And the other kids may have to adapt and adjust too. Maybe he does want special treatment. And maybe giving him a dose of that isn't a bad idea. Ask him, what does he think that would get? Besides that he gets special treatment, how does he think the others will feel about this? So the fact that it's always going to be fair and always going to be equal is such a delusional thing. We would love it to be so, and we strive for it often. But not everybody is always wired equal. Like, take the stereotypes about the oldest kid and the baby in the family. Is that ever fair or equal in any fucking family? No. Do parents try and make it be fair and equal in every family? Yes. Is it really fair and equal? Or does, just by sheer fact of birth order, the oldest kid and the baby have different roles entirely? So maybe do some thinking on this from a different lens. Maybe you think, well, I need to treat them all equally. It needs to be blah, blah, blah. And special treatment wouldn't serve. Rethink, rethink, rethink. Anything else on this? Yeah, we're going to the Modern Witch Tarot here. What do you need to know? It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Two of Wands. This is something he needs to know. The sons, all of them need to know that you are a partner with them and you want to help them. They need love and support. They need to know that you want to create a plan that works for them. Whether they feel like the world is in their hand or they just feel like they can't get out enough. They can't do what they want to do. They need to know that you are a partner with them. He wasn't only and now falls into the middle child zone. Well, no fucking wonder it's hard. The notion that all the kids are treated equal, the rules might be the same in the household for all the kids, but sometimes different kids have different lessons and different ways of learning, and that needs to be acknowledged too. And they all need to feel like that you're on their team, that you want for their happiness. We all need that from the parents. So that's what we've got. That's what's coming through. It doesn't come through as cut and dry. Like, I'll never forget, one of the big rules for us as the older kids in my household, and I'm 2 of 6, was never touch the record player. Don't touch the record player. And I remember getting so yelled at by my dad for touching the record player. By the time it gets to baby brother, baby sister, they're handling the stereo and touching the record player and blah, blah, blah. And scratching a record would get you so, like, you'd get your butt spanked if you were one of the older kids. But by the time it gets to the younger kids, it's a whole different scenario. And they don't even get in trouble. And they're touching the stereo. What the hell? So it's a little bit different. Yeah, he's your boyfriend's son, not son. And not sure why it's coming through the other way. Yeah. What I'm getting is you with this individual, the son, boyfriend, son, whatever. You are to be partner, ally on his team. And if he's an only coming into a group of kids, it's a different kind of adaptment. And if he wants special treatment on a certain thing, you want him to do his fair share, whether it's chores or whatever. But there is a different kind of dynamic that needs to be in. So that's what I've got. That feels complete. All right, let me go to the next cards. But that feels very, very complete. So Jessica for a full is next. Okay, give me a minute. I need some water. Boy, the vocal cords feel like blah, blah, blah. They feel a little cranky. All right. So let me get some water. You're welcome. Yeah, because if you take off, it needs to be fair for everyone. It needs to be fair. It needs to be fair. And realize that it can't always be fair to best serve. And different kids have different requirements and different needs. Yeah, it's different. Okay. Jessica for a full. And I'm looking and trying to see what's come through. If I can see the question here. And I'm not seeing it. Okay. Hey there, Lola. Hey. I'll hold up the sign for a minute. Jessica, would you type your question into... She's typing. Thank you, honey. This is what we got going on. This is the mini. This is the full. And I get nosy. And here's how you can pay. The link isn't active in the bio. So I'll hold this where you can see this for a minute. And then I'm going to look for Jessica. Okay. I see Jessica's question. So we're going to put this down. You realize it's a biggie, but what are you supposed to be doing with your life? We're going to the Mystic Soul Tarot. That's where we're going right now. Okay. And this one, I think I ordered a third of because I loved it so much. It's modern art, but it's beautiful. This is a big question. And one of the things that I think I used to think, and I have come to believe a little bit differently, is that there's only one big thing, or there's one purpose. There's one purpose. Purpose weaves itself through many, many things. So, okay. So, what is it that you're supposed to be doing with your life? Let's see. Okay, I'm getting show me a day in the life. And so we're going to take a look at that. And we're going to just snoop for a minute. So we're going to snoop for a day in the life in the space of Jessica. Wow. Interesting snoop. All right. Okay. Cards are down. And I went from this deck. This one I'll use to clarify in a minute. Cards are down here. A day in the life. Lots of things at different angles coming through, lots of cross purposes, lots of transformations going on. It feels like the idea of romance, the notion of romance and romantic partner needs to take a break. Even though it's Valentine's, it needs to take a break. And how you gain the victory independently is important for you right now. So working on self is important right now. And this isn't just journaling and blah, 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 but it's actually starting to understand what you enjoy is important. What makes you feel recognized, the things that make you feel like you're in the zone. This is important for you right now. Your sisters are more important than the misters. So this is your soul tribe, soul family, more important than the misters. This is a 3 of coins about teamwork, benefactor, somebody seeing a skill you have. Typically, it's depicted by somebody putting in a stained glass window at a church, and the guy has the skill, and then there's the monk or the priest, and then there's the benefactor paying for it. Whatever is your talent you need to be working on, and this is something that's going to operate in a way of surprise. This is the card of the artist coming through. Your creativity is huge for you right now. This is something that brings forward purpose. You might think like, okay, here this is, just one little drawing. What's the big deal? I'm only doing this one little drawing. In the context of this whole deck, this drawing is quite significant. Don't diminish your gift and your talent. This is something you're meant to do to honor more creative momentum going forward. There's more than one talent that you have going forward that's important for you right now. There's a way of speaking. Yes, speaking through what it is you create, speaking through what you do. It wouldn't matter if you were creating coffee mugs, creating sweaters, creating paintings, creating whatever. It won't matter. As long as you're honoring the creative flow, you're on path, on the right path, on purpose. And this partnering, this need for partnering, the need for romantic relationship and need for partner before you create, wrong. Even if you start with color crayons and like a little color book, you're getting that creative flow going. That's what needs to return to you, and that's big. Now let's see what else is coming in. We've got the day in the life. What is purpose? Purpose for creating. Honor this gift of creation. Okay, all right. There's something in you that is a creative energy that needs honored more. And it's interesting how we've bought into this notion that all creators are just artists, you know, or just beautiful dancers, or they're the ones that sing and blah, blah, blah. Some people create meals. Some people are, yeah, the story of the decorator comes through. So there is somebody I know that is great at decorating and has helped me decorate in my own space. And that's my friend Sarah. Now, that is not her only gift. She has a gift of composing and putting things together, putting whatever elements and bric-a-brac that I have together in a way that looks really great, that I probably wouldn't have thought of, but feels right to me. So she takes components of what I already have and creates beauty in the space. That's her decorator gift. She can do the same thing with food. She can do the same thing with photographs, and things like that. She can do it in lots of things. A composer isn't always necessarily somebody leading a symphony or doing things that are musical, right? But there's the gift of the creator and the composer coming together. And you can pull things together in a way that's beautiful. Quilters do it. Like Kim does quilts. Beautiful, beautiful quilts. My stepmom does quilts. She can create pictures and quilts. It's putting together, and it's something to do with composing things that bring you forward. Now, if you were somebody that was a hairstylist, you might compose the structure of the hair totally different, create different hair color going in. Like, I love seeing purple hair in the cards. When I was growing up, if you colored somebody's hair purple in a color book, they'd be like, no, people's hair isn't purple. What's going on? They'd be a little uptight. Nowadays, there's more creative expression everywhere. Yeah, it's important to get right back in tap with that. And don't think that you're not creative. My mom used to say, oh, I'm not very creative, Ange. And I'd be like, Mom, you survived having 6 kids and raised 6 decent humans. I think you're pretty creative. So don't underestimate yourself. We're going to go to this next section. The gifts are plentiful, plentiful, plentiful. Don't look towards the past. Oh, okay, the purple hair is changing green in these cards. There's something in here. Hang on. Okay, I'm going to shift this back down so you can see. Okay. So the purple hair is shifting green here. There's a strength of heart that comes in. It's not just what you can see as inspiration. The strength of heart is coming in a huge way here. Huge. This is the gifts of plentiful. It's beyond generational, beyond what you thought you were gifted with. It's beyond that. It's through that arch, How you want to leave your legacy is important through that arch. There's a bit of traveling that needs to happen. This is coming through as travel. Leave the past behind. The broken heart and the betrayal needs to be left behind. This is something that you've experienced, or Sometimes we have the swords coming in as doubts or things that we believe or things that have hurt us. Three thoughts that are disruptive. It's not always third-party betrayal. Sometimes it's betrayal of our own thoughts. And then the Five of Cups, the grieving of something. Sometimes we get told things by our parents who are trying to help us, and they're fucking wrong. They're just wrong. And they're trying to look out for our own good. Like, okay, so my sisters and I, and there's 5 girls and a baby boy, we were all told, you girls are beautiful, but you'll never be models. You're too short. And the truth is, none of us are 5'10". And we all are beautiful girls. Different girls, but beautiful girls. But this was my grandpa that told us this. We're all beautiful, but you'll never be models. He didn't know what kind of models would exist in this time frame. My grandpa's time frame only maybe thought of, the 1950s look, whatever. But no, any one of us could have gone on to be models if we wanted to. Any one of us in this day and age, there's plus size models, there's just hand models, there's people. The limitation was put there as more of like protection from a small way of seeing or from a limited way birthed at that time of the grandparent to see that way. You have to go beyond this. Something about the legacy and the truth that was spoken is inaccurate. So if you want to be the travel writer, the travel adventurer, and somebody's like, oh, you can't make money as a writer. Again, same grandparent said the same thing. Writing is hugely important to me. It's not something that I do all the time, but it has been really creatively good for me, gives me gifts, gives me new ways to reframe and think about things in the world. So huge, huge, huge gifts that you're traveling towards. Follow the strength of your heart. Honor this, leave this behind. I don't think what was said out of malice. It was said out of short-sightedness and not knowing. The heart needs to come through more. And then hold your boundaries on what it is that makes you feel alive. Your purpose is to be energized, feel alive, and be inspiring. Whatever way you want to take that, whether it's cooking or decorating or coloring hair or coloring Easter eggs for all I know. You are not meant to be anybody else's version of you. You are meant to be your version of you. What else is coming through on this holding the boundaries, Whoa, 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 whoa. The Ace of Cups, the 4 of Coins, and the 2 of Pentacles. The Ace of Cups is honoring self and spirit. You will have more than enough, so don't think that you lack in talents. There's more than one talent on deck there, and it is rewarding for you. So quit being in this zone of what will I do, what will I do, what will I do. Do all of it. Do whatever it is you're drawn to. Do that, do that, do that. And if you're drawn, say you're drawn to candy making. Say you're drawn to running a knitting shop. Say you're drawn to running a bowling alley. It won't matter. As long as the choice feels right in your heart, you're going to go forward. And with strength, you'll throw things forward and you cross over that gap. With strength, you do it. Huge, 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 because it honors your heart. You will have this way of inspiring others that is wired in you inherently. When you let go of the doubt, when you let go of it needs to look a certain way. It doesn't feel like all the family are the doctor. You must be a doctor. Is it at all? It's finding your path multiple ways that what needs to happen for you. And it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful big gifting coming through. That's what I got. And that feels very complete. Yeah. Honor this. This doesn't mean you have to be an Olympian. It means you have to throw your inspiration forward. You have to pick up whichever of the sticks it is that calls you to do, or whichever of the sticks that you want to do. And it's not only one, it's multiple, and toss them forward. Move forward in this creative energy that makes you feel inspired and alive again. That's what I've got. So that's what I've got. All right, let me get some water. Lola for a full. Holy cow. Yeah. Can you schedule a reading? Sure. I'll show you. This is my a5cbutterfly@gmail.com. And if you have like a one question, I'll do a half-hour session for $50 and we just go card crazy. If you want a full hour, it's $99. But send me an email here and we can schedule if you want to do a live Zoom. So whatever that you want to do on that, Kim knows the details. All right. So let me get a little water and then Lola for a full. Okay. On the live, if you want to do it on the live, these are all the prices of the live. And yeah, just let Kim know. She helps keep the list running, helps me keep my brain straight. So Lola for a full. And Lola, did you have, okay, there's your question. Your kids are staying with your mother. What do you need to focus on to get us out of this housing? Okay. I'm getting there's an unwinding and unwinding. We're going to go into the Tarot of the Abyss. I'm surprised that's where we're going for you. Okay. There is a certain level of impatience that needs to be dropped. And if you're sharing house and living with your mom as an adult, which I've done that, it's uncomfortable, it's weird, and it's tricky. But it feels like the focus is a little bit off. What your kids, my kids and I are staying with my mother. What do I need to focus on to get us out of this housing? Not the discomfort of the situation you're in. It needs to rewind, rewind, rewind. Somehow that's coming through. There's a rewind, rewind. There's a part that needs seen again. I'm getting imagery of an old VCR. Rewind. Okay, yeah, okay. Rewind, rewind, rewind to a moment when the energy with you and your mother was quite a bit better, where it was lighthearted, where there was laughter, less stress, and realize that there can be beauty in this opportunity, even though it is challenging for you. All right, let's go into the cards now. Okay. It may not be that this is as unfortunate as it feels. It could be actually a great gifting, even though it feels like, really? Yeah. Okay. All right. We're going to go down here. Down here. What does Lola need to know? Okay. All right. Okay. I'm getting, this is coming through. I know it looks a little wonky. The layout of the spread looks a little wonky, but it's coming through like, the heart monitors, and it goes blah, 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 spike and drop. So it feels like the signature of a cardio something, the heart something. So the lover's choice, the soul contract is here. The soul contract with the truth is here. This is something, oh boy. This is something when stripped down to the bone helps you understand the truth and the essence of who you are and how you got to be the woman that you are. This is huge for you. Something that is stripped down to the bare bones truth of who you are is revealed not just to yourself at this time and not just as set the example for the kids. It's revealed to your mother. Whether she knows it or not, she's seeing how you walk your walk in your life. And it's a great example of truth to her, a great example of authenticity to her. This is huge. This isn't so much that the lesson isn't just for you and for the kids. The lesson is for her, and it's meant to be in her grill. So, yes, it's meant to be in her grill. It's not hiding your face, but it's up close, like you cannot miss it. There's something that is the contract with the truth coming in here, the contract with authenticity. And it might not always be comfortable for either of you. There is this role that she has been cast in this particular life as your mother that sometimes is controlling or authoritative or protective in a way that is different than how you do your life. The beauty in it, in this Ace of Swords here and this Ace of Wands here, is that the truth is inspiring. It's awe-inspiring. The gift of having this time of charity, having this time where you have to learn about giving and receiving and sharing, is that you are giving back to it this time. This authenticity is huge, hugely demonstrated. Your bravery is seen by her. There is a certain level of pride that is coming through, very, very much, like tears are in my eyes right now. There's a welling up of pride that comes through. I don't know if she'll ever even acknowledge it, but it is there and it is seen. And she might not know what to do with this emotionally. She might not know how to handle what her expectations were when she was a kid and what she's supposed to do as a mom and how to handle this authentic version of you. But it comes through very beautifully. It does inspire. There is a sense of pride that comes through. Don't be in such a rush to move out, to let go of this. There is something in this time frame that you will treasure and remember. The sweet moments, or the moments that you will treasure down the road you might not recognize now. You will recognize them later. They will be savored. Wow. Okay. All right, let's see what else we've got going on here. Yeah, there is something about the King of Pentacles, and sometimes the King of Pentacles is seen as he who has the gold sets the rules, and yada, yada, yada. And there might be something that you've literally grown in a way she didn't know what to do with. She might see something that is growing and all she sees is these thorns on the bush, and she might try to rein it in, and it's a really wild and crazy rose bush that wants all these roses to go forward, wants all this creativity to proliferate, and all she's been taught or shown to do is to rein it in, bring it in, rein it in, bring it in, and keep it contained. And some of it is very wildflower energy. It feels very much like she was taught to contain and constrain and keep a handle on things. And so you aren't going to be there forever, but the wildflower, the rampant growth that comes through your soul and through your energy and through your being is something for her to witness. It's very, very beautiful. Choices will be coming up. There will need to be the choice of security here and getting out again, getting out and going beyond. And you're feeling bound. There's the Two of Wands and the Devil here. It shows you feeling bound, bound, bound. There's lots of choices. The Seven of Cups. You need to take your time. It doesn't mean have pie in the sky thinking about what's going on for your choices. You need to get grounded and real about what is real and what is false about the choices you want to make going forward. The heartgram is coming through again now. There's something about the pulse. Something about the pulse that's going on that's important. Something going on about the pulse and the heart. Don't always judge her by her words or inept actions. There is a judgment going on, but try and look on her heart more. There's something going on there. There is a big lesson, and your question is, how long do you have to do this? How long before you can move beyond this? Let me see. There was part of that question. I'm trying to go back. To get out of this housing. Okay. What I'm getting as the answer is this is a heart lesson for both of you, quite a lot. It is a healing heart lesson, even though it feels very challenging and difficult right now. Your lesson is not to be, how soon can I get out of this housing, even though that's the question you asked. You asked, and it's not going to be before 2 months. You're staying with your mother. What do you need to focus on to get us out of the housing? You need to focus on your own authenticity, your own truth, and this wild rose nature of you that's coming through. The wild and the free-spirited nature of you, being as authentic as you can and letting go of critical and harsh judgment. When you do that, when she sees that it doesn't affect you, it's a good thing for her to see. Don't judge her quite so harshly, and things will go with more ease. Your heart needs to be right. The lesson needs to be there. There needs to be a completion of a heart lesson before you can move forward. Okay, let's see what else is going on with these cards. We've got the second deck, the smaller deck, Tarot of the Abyss. What else do you need to know? It could be as simple as 6 months, 2 to 6 months. Is what it feels like is coming through. The Fool just came through as I flipped that. That's what it feels like. It feels like 2 to 6 months. It's not going to be as simple as 2 months. It's like there's something prized in this situation, and it's going to take her longer to get this prize. So you are walking the difficult, more thorny path until she recognizes the beauty of the situation. The Fool card comes out here. Hang on. The Four of Pentacles and the 8. If we go strictly off of calendar, the 8 is August. The 4 to the 8, this is something about the lack, and then this is something about the work. The holding on to something too tight or feeling like you don't have enough to do something. And then by 8, what comes second nature is when it comes. It feels like 2 to 6 months, and it feels like we're headed more towards July, August, when things change. Four of Swords. This is when the battle swords are all put down and everybody has reprieve. Everybody has reprieve. So that's what I've got. That's what's coming through. There's something about this deck and these cards to me that take me back in time to where you're looking through an old book in the shelves. And this takes me to the library that was in my school of second grade. It takes me in there, and there's a depth in just the line drawings. There's a depth in the illustrations that is just absolutely beautiful. And it feels like you're being asked to step back in time in a similar manner to see the beauty that was there. You're welcome, honey. You are welcome. It is gorgeous, gorgeous energy. That's what I've got based on the energy of today. The situation isn't something where you should be like upset because you fucked up somehow. No, no. This was slated as an option that could be in the cards for you, that could be in there and really helpful to you. It's slated as something that could be really super helpful to you. And I don't know why, but it feels like the lesson is for her more than it's for you, and she doesn't know it. And you will know more about this after it feels like a couple of years. So that's what I've got. It feels like it's a deep soul lesson, and it's a beautiful thing. So really tricky. All right. So next. Kim, one pinch. Who are we doing the pinch for, Kim? If you let me know if it's for you, great. But I say Kim, I see Kim one pinch, and I'm not sure if that's for you or for someone else. You just let me know. For you. Yay! Okay. Let's do it. Let's do the pinch. Coming through. Okay. We're getting nursery rhymes coming through, Mother Goose coming through, 1, 2, buckle my shoe coming through. Very wild. Okay. Okay. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. I'm going to flip this down so you can see what's going on and see what's going on. Okay. Hopefully you can see. Way over here we have like the ring, the full circle, soul contract and commitments. Way over here, something that needs to come full circle. All through here and through here are the charms that need to be read. This feels like a few months out. Full circle, a few months out. So we have the owl, the wisdom of the owl coming through. This is probably the green and white. Is this the lay of the land? Yep, it is. It's the green and white, the lay of the land. There's a couple of these that look like ornaments and lay of the land, and they remind me of the map. Now, I had that oracle out earlier. Let me get it again. It always reminds me of this map oracle. So we're going to see what map has bringing forward. The bird of peace and the songbird coming through here. Both of those birds. Not the exact same species of birds, but they nest together anyway. What's up with that? The golden palace. There's something about the protected walls right now. This is the lay of the land and the protected walls right now. Not two of the exact same birds, but different birds harmonizing together, nesting together, working together. Very, very interesting going on. This owl bird is wisdom that is understood between the two of them. Education. Yes, education. There's definitely a learning and a lesson going on. I want to see what's down here. Just a minute. I didn't realize we would be in here, but we are. This charm is what dictates these cards in this particular moment of time. Listening. Okay. All right. This is the time for listening and hearing. It feels like this bird is the songbird. This bird is the peace bird. When they listen to each other, they both have harmony and peace. But this is what's coming in. And it's coming listening. The big ears of listening with the elephant. Now over here, I almost had the nail tech put this on my fingernails. It's the infinity sign with the heart. So this is the strength of the heart, the balance of the heart that needs to be there. The balance and flow and the openness of the heart. It's like this is woven in already in your hearts. It's woven into each other's lives, whatever these two birds are. The harmonic is there. The education. You've played different roles with this. This feels like you and another person. Whichever bird is whichever bird, I don't know. But it feels like you've played different roles in each other's lives for many lives. This feels specific to you, another person. The leaf coming in here. Now, in some tarot decks, the leaf comes in and it looks like the blade. And this is what it's bringing to mind. The blade, the knowledge, the truth, the knowing. Ace of Swords energy. The leaf. This is not coming in as a fall harvest leaf. This comes in as an understanding of the truth that is necessary for growth. Judgment coming through here. This is the angel holding the wreath and the victory. And this feels like holding something up, lifting and holding something or someone up. Next turn is this. Loyalty of the dog. This is huge. Huge, huge, huge. Okay. I do not know why I'm getting this. Oh my God. Okay. I'm going to bring it to you. I'm going to show you the dog. Then I'm going to give you what's coming through, and you can laugh or whatever, but this is what I'm getting. There's the dog right there. And what I'm getting is 101 Dalmatians, Pongo and Purdy, and how they have all of those Dalmatians that they have to care for and rescue, and the lost pups in a sense of rescue, a sense of helping somebody. And this doesn't feel like this is your dog. What I'm getting is this feels like somebody you would look after that maybe isn't biologically yours, but it is family, soul family anyway, nevertheless. It's not biology family this time around. You've known each other time after time. Lots of sequences have gone through. This is somebody that you are bound to through some sort of contract that is soul contract that was written before you got here. There's something about an understanding of expression and a clear heart, very pure heart coming through here. This light blue expressiveness coming through here. And then the third eye, opening up that and seeing things, seeing the whole constellation. Yeah, all right, fine. We'll go in here, the constellation cards. Seeing the whole constellation, seeing this person, that you are part of each other's constellation. King of Cups is here. It brings balance. King of Cups. You're not just a rogue star over here. They're not just a rogue star. They're part of the same constellation, part of the same soul family and tribe. Yeah, this is something that is meant to bring joy to each other. The yellow in the moon here. The joy being the mystery that's coming up from this relationship and this having known each other as you've gone time after time is something that is contracted in here and big. And this is a lesson. One more. King of Swords. This is two kings, very wise kings. The one that's super compassionate and the one that's super logical. If it's the queens in this aspect, they would be best of friends. And it's empowering the masculine energy that you have to do and act and take leadership role, not just the receptive energy in each other. It's something you activate in each other. And it's really, really quite good. And this is a contracted thing. Again, part of each other's constellation. That's what I'm getting through. That's kind of wild. I'm not sure why that's coming through in that way, but that's what I'm getting. So that's what I've got. I hope that makes sense to you. The King of Cups is the one that's kind of aloof but compassionate and kind of distant. The Queen, most psychic of the queens. The Queen is the there, all better, a little bit more drama. The King is what came through. The King and Queen of Swords. The Queen knows exactly what the truth is, and she cuts and slices, but the King makes a plan going forward. Way cool, thanks. Yeah, I'm sure it made sense to you. I'm sure it did. But this is what's coming through. Gorgeous, gorgeous energy today. Gorgeous. And it's in the contract to be stars in each other's constellation. That's what I got. All right. I think that's it. Is that it for today, Kim? Did we get everybody through the list? I think we did. The list is closed for today. Okay. And I will be back Friday at 11 or Saturday. It might be Friday. Phil should, I hope Friday. I think that that's right. So as far as I know, that's what I'm thinking. So thank you guys for letting me do this. I love doing this. I will put up the videos from today, and there's, I think, going to be 4 of them that I'm putting up. So I'll put those up for today, and then I'll see you either, I think, Friday or Saturday. But thank you, everyone. So much love. Thanks for letting me do this and letting us dive into these cards and see these bigger lessons. It is beautiful. Real quick, without looking, oh, I looked at the clock and it said something after 1, but I didn't read it well enough. It's after 1, I think. And I think I started at 11. Now I'm looking. Oh my God. It's 1:59 right now on my clock. Holy cow. It's been a while. It's been a fantastic show. Thank you, everyone. Mwah. Big love to you all. I'm going to rest the vocal cords and get some sort of lunch or something here soon. Maybe I'll make a tuna sandwich. That seems to be something that sounds good, but I never want to make. But then once I have it, it's great. So anyway, that's the plan. So thank you, Kim, Crystal, Michelle, Krista, everyone. Thank you. What? I have to wait. What? I'm waiting, Kim, because you said wait. How many reads do I think I did? I don't know. Like, I went through a whole tray, so I would think maybe like 9. I don't know. I don't know. I just know it was a great day. You're so happy for my reads and for them today. 13, holy cow. No wonder the chords are feeling a little funny. Holy cow, okay. Well, good. All right, well, I'm going to let you guys go for now. Big hugs and much love to you all. Thank you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you, everybody. Take care. Bye for now.